joining us. How are you doing?
Good, thank you.
So, I think the first question I'd quite like to ask you is, you've been at Glasgow City for a long time. How much has the club changed since you've been here?
A great deal, to be honest. The first thing I'd probably pick out would be the amount of times that we train and the intensity that it's done it. I think when I came here first, we were training some people only one night or 2 nights a week, and then a game on a Sunday. So obviously we've become more professional in that respect. That we're training more often.
Is that something everybody was on board with, or does people have to be persuaded?
Not at first, to be honest, because when you come into a situation where you're only training once or twice a week, that's all that's expected of you. Obviously, to start then training 4 nights a week and everybody being expected to be there the 4 nights a week, it is greatly demanding on your time, and for people that have got jobs and things as well, it was obviously quite difficult to adapt to at first, but I think it's just become the norm now and a way of life that we need to try and get used to.
Did you see the impact right away?
I don't think right away, but I think obviously because we've been training more often and the intensity's gone up, that our fitness levels changed over time, and I think that began to be the biggest difference for us with other teams. We obviously had quite a few international players at that point as well, so we had quality players, but just making small differences and changes in fitness and things, and tactical and technical knowledge did see us start to progress as a team and to widen the gap between ourselves and other teams in the league.
Yeah. Going back to the start, when you were a young player, learning the game, how much has women's football changed in that time?
Massive. I mean, even the 9 years that I've been at Glasgow City, I think the profile of women's football is just increasing year on year. And again, I think that's down to some of the changes that Glasgow City have helped to bring into the women's game, but also the national team setup as well, with Anna Sunil coming in, and she's really driven the changes within the game here and tried to raise the profile of the game. So I think everything that's happened is all good for women's football, and you can see that with the younger players that are coming through now. We're starting to see the fruits of that labour in terms of the youth teams, and also the younger players that are breaking into the A squad and into teams, first team squads like ourselves.
How did you get started? Were you always just a football fan, or were you led towards the game? Did you just start kicking a ball one day?
To be honest, I'm not really sure. I get asked that question quite a lot in interviews and things, and I probably just fell into football. My dad, he's a big football fan, so he'd go along to watch Celtic play, and there was obviously football on the TV in the house and stuff, but probably just because I was out in the street playing with my friends and stuff, and it was mostly boys around where I stayed, and they always played football, so it was either play football with them or
Were you better
do nothing. I think that's probably why I've gone so far in the game, to be honest, because I started playing with boys, and it was obviously more demanding for me, and I had to develop quicker to be able to cope with that. So I think it's helped me to develop my game, certainly.
Was it a boys' club first you joined?
I played for Stensmuir, so played there until I was 15. But we weren't in a competitive league or anything like that. It was just training and the odd friendly here and there, but never started playing organised football until I was 15, 16 year old.
What club was that?
I went to Falkirk Girls and then spent 1 season there, and then moved to Stirling Albion Ladies, and then from there moved to Glasgow City.
So you're at Falkirk Girls and doing well, just starting off. Did you ever imagine you'd be where you are now, playing Champions League, all the media, role models to kids, all that kind of thing? Did you see that one coming?
No idea, and to be honest, I never knew what was going on out with my little club. Didn't really know much about the Scotland players or the Scotland team at that point. Women's teams, other girls' teams, it was just learning as I went along. And as I say, because I was playing recreationally at first, didn't even know there was leagues or anything for girls at that time, so it was just a case of finding out by accident and developing a love for the game through the competitive side once I eventually got into it.
And what was that like, just finally getting yourself into a, say, professional league, professional club, and just kind of thinking, well, I can maybe do something here?
But I think because I've been here and seen all the changes that have happened, it's not been such a big change for me. But certainly, I mean, as we've reached the latter stage of the Champions League and things, started to win titles and win cups and things, you want it more and more. You see the rewards that are there, and you work even harder to try and progress and to get better than you already are.
Yeah. Would you say your journey is like a usual journey for people who get to this point?
I don't think so, because even if you take my international story, for example, I never broke through there until got into the under-19s team. Missed out on going to the championships with the 19s because of injury, and then had a period where I didn't play international football up until I was maybe 24, 25. When Anna and Angeline came in to the international setup, it was them that invited me in, and I've been there ever since then. So I kind of thought that international football wasn't for me at that point, when I never progressed straight from the 19s into the A squad. So I would say that other people would maybe have a more progressive route with their football and go from the youth teams through the different levels and into senior football. But no, I wouldn't say that I've had a normal route into where I found myself, to be honest.
Yeah, just done it your own way. So the youth setup's quite different now. There's lots of young girls teams that are kind of structured, working their way up. I'm guessing it's quite different for how it was when you started out. How good is that? How much of a difference do you think that'll make in the long run?
I think you only need to look at some of the players that we've been bringing in to get used to senior football with us. We bring them into training, and the standard and the intensity that they can hit as soon as they come straight in is great. So, or you go along to training and you watch some of the youth teams that are training, and it's just, it puts a smile on your face to stand and watch the young kids that are running around, they're doing their tricks and flicks, they're talking to one another, and you can just see them developing through the teams and through the structures that we've got here. So it's great, and I mean, if we can help as many young girls get into the game as possible and then keep them at our club, hopefully it can only be good for our club in terms of bringing through as many talented players as we can.
Yeah. What advice would you give to youngsters?
One would be to train as often as you can, and just to use every training session as an opportunity to learn, because even when I come along to training just now, I'm still learning things at the ripe old age of 34. I don't think there's ever a point in your career that you know everything, and you can't develop your game. So just be open-minded and try to take on board as much as you can in every training session that you do.
Yeah. Okay, so going back to when you signed for Glasgow City, how did you feel when you first heard that they were interested, when they first wanted to sign you?
Glasgow City actually tried to sign me maybe for 2 or 3 years, and I refused to go because I was either at university or I didn't drive and I stayed a bit further away. So I kind of declined the offers at first, and then it wasn't until the club that I was playing for started to kind of struggle, and we were struggling to get a team on the pitch on a Sunday, and turned up for pre-season training at the start, and I think we had maybe 5 or 6 players that were coming along, and I just thought this is going to be a massive struggle this season. And at that point I was starting to be invited along to the national team setup, and I just thought if I wanted to progress with this, then I'm going to have to move on and find myself a club where I can improve my game and develop as a player. So I then contacted Glasgow City and asked if they'd be interested at that point, and they came back and said, yeah, come along to training. So it's kind of them chasing me at first, but then I went back to them.
Do you remember your debut for Glasgow City?
We went to the Umbro Cup in Manchester. I actually recall who we were playing, but I think I was playing midfield, and I scored a free kick in the game. So I think
scored in your debut.
I did. I think everybody was quite pleased with that. So we won the competition that year as well, I think.
Must be all down to you, eh?
No, not at all, but it was obviously good to come in and get off to a winning start with the team.
You've played kind of everywhere for Glasgow City, haven't you? What position's your best?
I would prefer to play in midfield, but it's kind of a joke amongst my teammates that I've played every single position in the team apart from goalkeeper, so
still
me and Megan need to watch out. But yeah, I found myself at right back this season, and I do enjoy it. Still get on the ball a lot, but I'd prefer to play in midfield and get amongst the goals.
Yeah. We're still scoring goals from right back, which is pretty good.
I try.
Yeah. How honoured were you when you were made captain of Glasgow City?
I think it's a huge honour to be captain in this club, 'cause I mean, there's only ever been 2 regular captains before myself, Laura and Rachel Corsey, so it's a great honour obviously to lead the team, and a bonus that we're still being successful and getting the opportunity to lead the team to the title and cup victories and things, so it's great.
Yeah, you're kind of captain at the most successful time as well, which must be a bit of an honour.
To be honest, being the captain is an honour, but it's just great to be involved in this team, to be part of it, and I think that everybody that's here would say the same, whether they get to captain the team or not. It's an honour to play for this club, so I think everybody would say that too.
Yeah. Who's the big characters?
I think we've got a lot of characters in the team. Jo Love likes to have a wee laugh and a joke, and she keeps the dressing room going, but I think there's plenty of banter in there. If you see her do the wrong thing, then there's somebody there to jump on it, so you just need to watch your back at all times.
Yeah. What's your best memory in a Glasgow City jersey?
Probably last season, I would say, when we beat Zurich to get to the
It's a popular
quarterfinals.
one.
It was always a huge achievement for me to even be involved in that game after being injured for most of that season, so just to come back and to have the opportunity to play in the game was amazing. But even just talking about it now, I can still feel like
What was the dressing room like afterwards?
unbelievable. I mean, we still had the cup final to go after that, but it was just, everybody was just on a high for a few days after that, and it was kind of just trying to rein it in and make sure we were preparing properly for the cup final as well, so it's just amazing.
And how did it feel when you seen the goal go in right at the end?
Well, I took the free kick, and obviously Sue Lappin got on the end there, and that's quite it's been an unusual occurrence over the few years that we've played together. So just to be able to put a good ball in and to see her getting on the end of it, it was an amazing feeling. I don't even know what I did afterwards. I think I just stood still with my hands in the air, just to see her run around wild, celebrating her goal.
So the club's it's a kind of a period of transition just now. New managers coming. What was the reaction in the dressing room like when you heard Scott Booth was coming to the club?
That's something that we laugh about as well, because being a wee bit older, I can actually remember Scott playing.
Me too.
So I think when Laura came in to announce who the new manager was going to be, I kind of looked up, and the first person that I seen was Jo Love, and we kind of had a wee nod to each other, and I looked around everybody else, and they were just kind of like, who? Like, didn't recognise the name or whatever, so I obviously knew who he was, didn't know a huge amount about his background and things, but he's been great since he's come in, and the girls have really taken to him as well, so it's been great.
Is it a big difference having him here? Is the training changed, the whole setup changed? Is it?
I think obviously Scott's got his own ideas, but for me, I've worked most of my footballing career under Eddie at senior level, so it's been a huge change for me in terms of the way that he maybe structured his training sessions and things, but every manager that's going to come in is going to make slight changes, but I think Scott took his time, and he didn't come in and make wholesale changes, which was good for the players, and he's still just maybe tweaking things as we go along, just to make sure that it's the best way forward for him and for the players at the club.
Yeah. Okay, we kind of touched on it a wee bit earlier on, but talking about Scotland, what was that like getting first selected for Scotland? Was it just so exciting, crazy, fun?
It was a bit surreal, to be honest, because as I said, I had suffered that injury at under 19 level and then never been involved in the national setup since then. So then to get invited back along to a training camp and then very quickly into the European qualifying games was quite surreal. And I started the first game that I was involved in, and I actually played every game after that up until maybe my 49th or 50th cap, so I had a really good run in the team, but again started in the national setup at left back, so I've certainly played all over the pitch for both teams.
Ticked off the positions all over the park for Scotland as well.
But it was great to just get the opportunity to be involved at that level and to have my efforts and my game recognised, to be honest with you.
So another question I was interested in asking you as well is that down the years at Glasgow City, is that you've had a lot of players who have gone on to other clubs, gone down to maybe England or overseas. Did you ever get the chance to do that? Is it anything? Were you ever tempted by a move to another league?
I was offered to go on trial to Sweden. It was quite soon after I had moved to Glasgow City, so I didn't think that was the right time for me. And again, I think because I had come into the game a wee bit later, it was never really anything that was in my plans. I think that I found myself a club that I love now. I'm playing international football, and I have the opportunity to learn and to develop my game here. And I think at my age now, I don't think that it's anything that's in my future plans to move away and to try and start a professional career anywhere else. Because obviously I'm coming towards the end of my career, so I think it would be silly to move on now.
Can you see yourself getting into coaching?
I think so. All the girls would tell you that I'd probably be the one that they would choose that would go into coaching. I like to help out at training and things. If maybe Scott needs to do something with a group of the players or whatever, he'll ask me to take a bit, but it just be in the warm up or things like that, and I do enjoy it. So it's maybe something I would look into, but definitely not until I've hung up the boots for good.
Okay, a few of the obligatory questions now about players you've played against, players you've played with. Who's the best you've played against?
I think I would maybe say Abby Wambach. I think she's obviously an iconic name in the game, and to have the opportunity to play against her was great. And it was a game that I was playing in defence, so I was playing pretty much up against her. So it was a tough night.
Best you played with?
I would have to say Kim Little. We're very fortunate that she's Scottish and get the opportunity to train with her and play with her often. She's just a phenomenal talent, and I think a great role model for younger girls in this country.
And best goal you've scored?
The most important goal I've scored would be the penalty against Zurich, I think. I don't know about best one in terms of one that I'd be happy with. I'm not sure. I've scored quite a few, so
yeah,
it's quite difficult
to
pick one. No, I'll just say that my favourite one anyway is the penalty against Zurich. It's quite a pressure one.
Yeah, definitely. You're pretty good at penalties. I don't think I've ever seen you miss one.
Oh, please don't say that. Touch wood now.
Well, maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. You practice them?
No, I don't. I don't like to practice penalties, and I think it's something that you either want to do or you don't. And a lot of the girls would tell you that they wouldn't want to step up and take one. But I think it's something you've just got to do on instinct in terms of who you're playing against in the situation that you're in. So I don't like to practice too often.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Not a problem.